the points which you need to take care if you're liquidating your company, and liquidating your company, and things you need to take care to manage your cash flow through VAT perspective. Okay, so first thing, regarding the liquidation of the company, if your company is going to get into the liquidation, then they need to get the clearance certificate. So this is a recent development introduced by the FTA, that how you can get the clearance certificate and what is it all about. Then the second thing we are going to discuss is mode of liquidation. There are two modes described by FTA, that how you are going to liquidate and what will be your liability on the same, on all the scenarios. And the last but very least, not the least, things you need to take care if you're restructuring your business or you're selling your business. Okay, so let's start with clearance certificate. So what is clearance certificate? Clearance certificate is a certificate which is provided by FTA for non-due of registrants. Okay, so it is a certificate which proves that there is no liability of the registrant to FTA. So this this certificate is provided by FTA. The same process you have applied for the VAT registration certificate is followed by for this clearance certificate. It will take minimum 20 days, and there is no service charge for clearing the certificate. There are few documentation, few proofs you need to submit for the same, and then you will get the clearance certificate. This is a very recent amendment, and the need of this certificate is then closing authorities, DD companies, or you can say the free zone authorities, who the banks, they are going to ask they are going to ask this certificate, because they want to know what is your liability towards FTA. So this is a certificate. The purpose I shared with you, it is required by liquidators and the bankers many a time, free zone authorities and DD authority. So maybe in future it is going to be the compulsory that you need to have clearance certificate from FTA regarding your VAT non-liability payments if you are going for liquidation in future. So the next is selling of business. The next second part of the presentation is how you are going to sell your business, through sale of assets or through sale of shares. So you can sell your business in two ways. Either you are going to sell, one-to-one sales, you are going to sell your all assets individually and your liabilities accordingly. Second, you can just transfer the ownership of the the shares, and the licensee, the purchaser of the licensee is changed. So what will be your liability on the same, we are going to discuss today. So if you're selling your business through sale of assets, then the liability of VAT will be on this every sale of asset. And if you're going to sell your business through sale of shares, and the purchaser of your company is going to continue the same business, then there will not be any liability on sale of your business. So both the things you need to take care, that how you're going to sell your business. And if you are going to sell your business in the second way, like in the sale of share, then it is a responsibility of the seller to collect it, to check whether the purchaser is going to continue the business or not. If the purchaser is not going to continue the business, then you need to pay 5% on the same. For that clarification, you can get the declaration certificate or any declaration letter from the purchaser of the your business, that they are going to continue the business. So if the business is continued, then there is no liability of VAT. But yes, if the business is not continue, then the liability of VAT of 5% is there. And in case of sale of shares, if you are selling your business individually, like on the every sale of assets, you have to charge 5% and pay the same to FTA. So what are the things you need to consider when you're selling your business, other than the above which I mentioned? There need to be the amendment of VAT certificate. So when you're selling your business and it is through the sale of shares, then the details of the authorized signatory, the owner of the license, is changed. So that amendment you need to do in FTA portal too, because as per the law, this is a compulsory and this is a liability of the seller. You can say that you need to make sure that whether the amendment of the authorized signatory or the license, updated license is amended in FTA portal or not. Otherwise, if the authorized signatory details is not updated on the portal, that means that ultimately this is your liability. Your passport and Emirates ID is already on the FTA portal. So you need to make sure that if the amendment on the sale of shares, your business is selling through sale of shares, then the amendment of VAT certificate should be there. You need to amend the authorized signatory details and the license detail. Otherwise, there will not be any liability of the purchaser to the FTA. The liability will be yours if you have not changed the details. Or you can make sure that the purchaser made the amendment in your VAT certificate. Then again is if you are closing your business through sale of assets. So sale of assets means that you are just selling one assets or liability to the person. There is no transfer of ownership. The license is you are going into the liquidation. The license is closed. Then you have the liability of application of deregistration of VAT. This is a very important point here. The deregistration application that you want to close your account with FTA, and this is the your liability to make the application for deregistration within 30 days of the closing of business. If you have not done, and if you are not going to do that, then there is a liability of 10,000 dirham for the same. And it is very sad to tell you that lots of people are facing this problem. Even we came across in many practical cases where people don't have initially when VAT is new, people just registered for VAT. Even they don't have the minimum threshold limit and they're just filing the nil returns. Even some of are missing on that also. They are not filing the returns. So what happened after 1 year? If there is no sale and after 1 year FTA came to them that why you are not, why there is no sale and you registered with FTA, why you have not applied for deregistration. So they levied the penalty of 10,000 dirham for non-application of deregistration, and with that if they have not filed a return, then again there is a penalty of 1,000 per quarter for the first quarter, and from second quarter it is 2,000. So for 3 quarters it is 6,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, and then it is 1,000. So total penalty is 7,000 for non-filing of VAT return and 10,000 for late application of deregistration. So the total is 17,000 penalty is there without doing anything, and those all businesses are very small. So you can understand that there is no fault on behalf of the registrant, but they are not aware about VAT law. So that's why they are liable for penalty. So many small businesses in these crises prefer to just shut down the business, and even without, if you're not paying this penalty, then you cannot get the clearance certificate and you cannot close and you cannot deregister from VAT. So then you have to apply for reconsideration form. You have to apply a request to FTA that this is not a intention to break the law. It is just the law is new and there is a mistake from our side. And if FTA thinks that your intention is not wrong, then they can waive the penalty. But there are kind of penalties in VAT. So you need to take care. This is a very small example of penalty which I have given to you. There are so many other things which you need to take care if you are dealing with VAT laws and if you are registered with VAT. The third thing is which you need to take care if you are closing your business. If you're dealing in the goods, not in the services, then you have to pay 5% on your closing stock. The reason of this same is that you have purchased those goods or you have imported those goods and you have already claimed 5% on those goods. So when you are closing your business, you have to pay 5% on those goods. So you need to assess your cash flow in that way, that if you are going to close your business, then you should have the 5% of your closing stock value so that you can pay to the government. Other than that, you will not get the clearance certificate from FTA. And without that, there is no liquidation possible from now onwards. Then the fourth one is clear all the due liabilities which are pending to the FTA. So without payment of liability penalties and any other liability of tax and interest on tax, there will not be any clearance certificate and any deregistration process possible from FTA side. So these are just example I can say, because the time is constrained and there are so many other things which you need to take care.